Due to the mechanics of the wonderful world of Pokemon Go, being somewhere important or notable is very helpful in terms of population of Pokemon and various other item acquires and all that kind of stuff. So being somewhere like London or Central Park in New York or something like that would be awesome. What if you could be there but be playing from your couch? Well, this is especially helpful if you have some form of physical disability, or if you live somewhere rural where there just aren't Pokemon stops anywhere near you and maybe only a couple spawns for Pokemon at all. That can be frustrating, but there's downsides to this as well, fairly obviously. We'll talk about that later. Intel's Skull Canyon Nook features the 6th generation Core i7 processor and Thunderbolt 3. Learn more in the link in the video description down below. How one would accomplish this is through something called GPS spoofing, essentially tricking your phone and the apps on your phone into thinking that you are somewhere that you are not. This enables you to do the aforementioned sitting on a couch while your phone thinks that you're in Central Park general idea. You do this by simply just downloading an app that does it all for you, telling the app where you want your phone to think you are, and then you're done, if you're doing that for things that aren't just Pokemon Go. When you try to do it for Pokemon Go, things get a little bit more tricky. This isn't this company's first attempt at something like this. They made a game previously called Ingress, and they're used to people trying to screw around in these ways. That being said, there are workarounds. First off, you're gonna need a rooted Android device or a rooted emulator. If you want to use an emulator on your computer, I would recommend using BlueStacks, the application to emulate Android. Then you're gonna need a few different APK files. You'll need Lucky Patcher, Fake GPS, and Pokemon Go. First, you would install Lucky Patcher through your previously rooted device. Then you would use Lucky Patcher to install Fake GPS as a system application. Tell Fake GPS where you want it to say you are and other various details like how fast you want it to update and other things that you can program yourself very easily through the settings option. Then go into your location settings in Android and turn off Google Location History. And change your GPS accuracy to low, although this may take some fiddling later on, and you may need to make it to high or even medium if you must, because the game refuses to update its location. If you're in Windows 10, you need to make sure all of your location services are off. Just type location in the start menu, and then make sure both of the location options are individually turned to off. If that feels too difficult, that would be fair. It's more of an advanced user thing. If you want something more simple, you could go with Pokemon Go Anywhere, which enables you to click on the screen for movement instead of actually just walking around, enabling you to leave your house and walk to the park by clicking on the screen instead of getting up from your couch. Now, there are problems with this. Most importantly, in my opinion, is that it completely breaks the gamified features of the game. The whole idea of the game is that you're supposed to walk around and try to find all these Pokemon, and there's like location meters with the little feet, and you're trying to track things down, and it's fun to search and locate on your feet. It brings you outdoors. That's the purpose of the game. But even beyond that, if you're like, I don't care, Luke, I don't care about the gameplay, I just want to win, it might not matter because you might get banned. Right now, they only seem to be temporary banning people from about 45 minutes to 6 hours, depending on what happens. You can teleport to Central Park, be banned for 45 minutes, but then be in Central Park and just play the game anyways. But they're currently very focused on making sure that their servers don't just evaporate from the obscene amount of usage that's going on. Once that calms down a little bit, once they're managing the load, then they're gonna hammer down on people. In the beta and in their previous game Ingress, they were banning the crap out of people for this stuff. Now, the bans aren't gonna stop people because the game is ludicrously huge. Nintendo's stock price has gone up 30% since its launch days ago. APK Mirror, an unofficial place to download the application for countries that don't officially support it yet in the Play Store and App Store, went from about 600,000 hits a day to over 4 freaking million. There's even a rumor going around saying that Nintendo is making $1.6 million a day just on iOS, just in the States, off of Pokemon Go. Holy crap. Now for me, this completely breaks the game, so I'll never do it. If I wanted to just sit on my couch and play Pokemon, I would load up some version of Pokemon on Game Boy and just play that. It would be a better overall experience. But knowledge is power, so I'm still down with making this video. I don't think anyone should use it if they can avoid it. If you're physically disabled and you just want to play the game that your friends are playing, I think that's super cool, or if you have some other very good reason. If you just live in a rural area, man up and go for a long walk. And you can also use this information to call out your friends who you know are working like overtime every day, but just got the game 2 days ago and are level like 20 something with huge, crazy strong Pokemon. I don't know, man. Or you can use it as that fantastic scapegoat. Anytime there's someone stronger than you, they probably just cheated. Jerks. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm probably gonna have to get back to work as I don't think Linus is gonna wanna pay me for playing Pokemon Go all the time. Like the video if you liked it. I know it's not normally what we do. Dislike the video if you're like, I'm tired of everybody talking about Pokemon Go, because that's valid. Check out the link in the video description to buy some stuff from Amazon, because I don't know, because it's Amazon, I guess. There's Prime Day going on and stuff, so you can get deals. That exists. Check out the link in the video description for our shirts, which isn't this one. This is for Transistor, a video game that I like. Check out the forum if you want to like yell at me for telling people about how to cheat in Pokemon Go. People are going to talk about it eventually anyways. There's probably other information online about it already anyways. It's not a big deal. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Watch this video on, I don't know, Taryn will decide. Probably one of Taryn's videos. Put like one of your mobility videos in here, Taryn. Bye.